Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Is it okay if we go ahead and start with Miss Mitchell Icy? She is on a suicide watch, so we could just get her back to her unit.
Sure. Can we just confirm, please, we don't have any refusals?
Mr. Jones Armantino, he refused, so he will not be coming down.
Okay, well, then we'll deal with his case next after Miss. Is it Mitchell?
Yes, I see.
109.
Have a seat.
And any Spanish speaking defendants this morning?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll excuse the interpreter. Thank you very much. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
C. Mitchell, 14/2006.
All right, Ms. Mitchell, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a misdemeanor charges, I should say, of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage allegedly occurring yesterday. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here at your file. Give me 1 second. Because the alleged victim was reached, comments, they don't wish to have any further contact with you, but don't object to your release. Ms. Mitchell, do you live with the alleged victim, your sister, Miss Isis Mitchell?
Yeah,
Do you have somewhere else you can stay for now? Out of the home?
I could just go to a mental hospital.
I'm sorry?
I could just go to a mental hospital. Like, behavioral health.
Don't see there was a substance abuse or mental health screening done. Joe, is there any a Title 36 petition that was either being considered or referred for filing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Mitchell. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. That'll be the City Public Defender's Office. I'm also going to orders based on concerns for health and safety of all involved. I'm going to hold you on a bond of $500. That'll be a secured bond. Bond is posted. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or have a contact of any kind with the alleged victim. I'm also going to direct that Mr. Yu complete a mental health evaluation, substance abuse screening with jail staff. So they can evaluate for a possible additional support that they, while they may not be able to, some other organization or entity may be able to assist you. Last, ma'am, I will advise you are presumed innocent and you have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, then a warrant could issue for your arrest, new charges could be filed against you, or the hearings could go on in your absence. If you're found guilty at a trial in your absence, then you could, and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose the right to appeal that conviction. You understand all that, ma'am? Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to set a video review hearing for you in front of Judge Cranshaw for January 20th at 1:45 in the afternoon. If you are released prior to that, you need to attend that hearing at the city court downtown. Otherwise, you'll be seen by Judge Cranshaw via video, and hopefully the city public defender's office will be reaching out to you before then. Otherwise, ma'am, please, as I said, abide by these conditions. Please participate with mental health and the drug screening at the jail, and cooperate with jail staff, okay? All right, thank you very much. You're excused. Before we move on to the next individual, I have Mr. Armentino Jones. It's the gentleman who refused again. So he already refused his prior session from yesterday. You see the order here signed by Judge Chayette. I'll finally waive his presence. We can proceed on with his matters. I have two in front of me. Is the interim complaint alleging felony shoplifting. I did review the preliminary, the interim complaint rather, and the pretrial services report. Going to appoint public defender's office to represent him on the felony matter. Pretrial services didn't note any other holder statuses. It does have a separate Tucson City Court case and a South Tucson case that I'll also deal with. He was rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCA and FTA scales. Employment and housing couldn't be verified through a third party. I do see 3 prior felony convictions from 2013, with the most recent being in 2025, with the sentence in the latter case having just ended on the 6th of this month. State's recommendation was $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add?
Your Honor, the pattern of history, as the court noted, the concern is also his ability to appear in court, as he does have multiple fails to appear warrants. And reviewing the day of the offense to the other matter that just ended, seems like he might have also committed the offense while he was on parole release. So there's a concern of ongoing criminal activity.
Yeah, thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. These are non-violent property crime allegations. So for that reason, I would ask for release for pretrial services.
Thank you. I do find there to be, based on the history, there a significant risk of failing to appear and potential new criminal activity. There'd be a danger to the community. I'll order a $2,500 cash secured bond. Order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Mr. Jones will be ordered not to contact any alleged victim or return to any incident location. The preliminary hearing date will be set for January the 20th at 1:30. City court matter. We're going to court hearing February 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. I will not be holding him on any additional bond in that matter, excuse me.
Yeah, back there. He's not till there. Absolutely.
And on his other warrants, which is a South Tucson matter involving shoplifting, I'm going to set a hearing for him on January the 27th at 10 a.m. I will advise the magistrate of his being held on the felony. Some of the conditions are going to apply: no contact with any victim or return to any incident location. All right, let's move on.
Who's up there?
Did you say this is on here?
No, it is. Thank you.
Ma'am, you're up next. Take a seat.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jana Yeager, November 10th, 81.
I'm Jaeger. Thank you.
Mhm.
Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a single count of misdemeanor domestic violence criminal tampering allegedly occurring yesterday afternoon. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just going to confirm a couple things here with pretrial services.
Mhm.
I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. The alleged victim was reached. Correct, you don't live with the alleged victim, your sister, Miss Susie? You don't live with Renee, is that correct? I need you to answer out loud.
Oh, there's a legal matter over the discrepancy of the property.
But just to answer my question, you don't live with them.
That is my acting residence here in Arizona, yes.
So
But no,
You,
other than that, no. She's out of the country as far as I'm understanding. But no, I do not live with her.
okay, thank you. I'm Shager. Based on that, I will release you on promise you can appear at an arraignment hearing at the Oro Valley Magistrate Court on February 11th at 10:30. Can you do that?
Sure.
I'll release you on your promise. I'm gonna order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim. That you not go to wherever they are working or living. Not commit any acts of domestic. All right, man, thank you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and abide by these conditions. Miss your court hearing. Otherwise, you could end up right back in jail. Okay? Thank you. You're excused.
Leon.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Luis Leon, 12/28/1976.
All right, Mr. Leon, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest in the West Mesa Justice Court for an offense dated from September of 2022 on charge of DUI. Just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. All right. All right, so the bond is being requested is $1,000 secured. I'm gonna honor the bond request amount of $1,000. We will advise the West Mesa Justice Court of your having been apprehended and being held here. I'm gonna set a case management conference in front of the West Mesa Justice Court for January 28th at 8 a.m. If you post the bond, I will order that you not consume or possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not drive without a valid license. Understand?
Understood.
All right, sir. Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
You're excused.
Yep.
McMullen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Romeo McMullen, 3/18/85.
All right, Mr. Mullen, good morning. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen today based on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence and disorderly conduct allegedly occurring yesterday afternoon. I should remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. Reviewed your pretrial services report. I don't believe you're being held on anything else.
Yes, sir.
Relatively low scores on your PSA and FTA scales.
Mm,
Correct, you live with the alleged victim, Ms. Reyes, your mother?
Yes, sir.
You have somewhere else you can reside for the time being?
No, sir. I wonder if I can apologize for my mother.
Well, sir, that may be something you can do at a later date, but for now, all we're going to be talking about is whether or not and under what conditions I can release you from custody. So I have here in front of me some information that the alleged victim was contacted. They don't wish to have further contact with you at this time, and they don't welcome you back to the common home. However, they don't object to your being released from custody. And based on the circumstances, I'd be willing to release you, but let me make sure that you have somewhere to go or you can be connected with resources. So do you have anywhere else you can reside other than the home with the alleged victim?
I got nowhere.
Okay,
Well,
I'm sorry?
uh, my father Clyde,
Okay, so you have somewhere else you may be able to stay?
um, no, maybe, mother, again,
Okay,
sorry.
all right. Sir, not going into any facts or circumstances of your case, but just based on the information I have in front of me, I am going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, with your mom, to include going back to the residence. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If I release you from custody, will you be able to abide by that and not reach out to her in any way until told otherwise by another judge?
Yes, sir.
If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at an arraignment hearing at the at the Pima County Justice Court?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to set a hearing for you. That'll be on January the 20th at 10:30 a.m. I'll release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing. Again, I am ordering that you not have any contact with the alleged victim or go back to the residence. I will allow you to return one time with a police escort. So if you have any personal belongings, clothing, personal effects you need to gather, you can contact the sheriff's department or TPD or another law enforcement agency. Arrange for somebody to escort you to the residence, be with you while you gather your belongings, and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the residence otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you need further assistance in arranging for temporary housing, the transition center just outside the jail complex can assist you. You can ask the jail staff to direct you there, okay?
Okay. Sir.
All right, sir. Thank you all. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Alvarez,
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Cesar Alvarez, 6/28/1989.
Mr. Alvarez, good morning. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening this morning, excuse me, based on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring yesterday. I do need to advise you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court, or you can hire one at your own expense. Do you understand? I'm
Yes,
sorry, I
sir.
need you to answer out loud, please.
I understand.
All right. Do you live with the alleged victim, Mr. Carlos Alvarez?
I do.
You have somewhere else you can stay for the time being?
I'm not really sure.
All right, well, based on the information I have in front of me, I'm going to order that you not have any contact if you are released and that you not go back to the residence wherever. So if I release you, you need to be able to abide by that condition. Otherwise, you could end up right back in custody. You understand?
Yes.
Are you going to be able to abide by that condition?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If I release you, can you promise that you'll appear at the Tucson City Court on February the 11th at 10 a.m. in order to further this case along?
Yes.
Then I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where works or lives. I'll enter pleas on your behalf, not guilty to these charges. I will also advise you that you are presumed innocent and that you have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or trial, it could proceed in your absence, so go on without you. New charges could be filed against you or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty in your absence at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days because you're not there, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes.
And that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and abide by all these conditions. If you need additional help with getting residence or temporary housing, there's a transition center, a portable right outside of the jail complex, and they can point you in towards some resources in the community. Thank you.
Right.
You.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Name's Lionel Askew, 11781.
Mr. Askew, good morning.
Good morning.
You're being seen here today based on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and refusing to give true name to law enforcement or obstruction of justice. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court based on your circumstances, or you could hire one at your own expense. Looks like you're not being held on any other matter. I'm going to set a hearing for you on February 9th at 9:30 in the morning at the Tucson Cities Court. Do you know where that is, sir?
Sir.
Is it a yes?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, the Tucson City Court is in downtown Tucson on East Alameda Street. Do you think that you can get yourself there on the 11th if I release you from custody?
Yes, sir.
All right. You promise me you'll appear at that hearing if I release you?
Yes, sir.
And again, I'm going to set that hearing February the 9th, 9:30. I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and that you not go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. I'll enter pleas on your behalf of not guilty to these charges, and further advise you are presumed innocent, and you have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, to include that trial, it could go on in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Also, if you're absent and found guilty at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days because of that absence, then you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes, sir.
You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearings, and good luck. Thank you.
Your Honor, since the jail, he does have a superior court hold.
I'm sorry?
He does have a superior court hold.
I'm sorry that wasn't noted on my screen sheet. Excuse me. My apologies. Yeah, I will. All right. Sorry, sir. That's my mistake. I was going off of a different sheet of information. Let me just make sure. My apology. You're being held on a probation violation. All right. That's my mistake, Mr. Skew. I'm still not going to hold you on this matter. I'm simply going to change the date of your hearing from the 9th to the 13th. Make that a non-transport review hearing, and I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to assist you based on your other circumstances. So I'm not going to hold you on this case. Nothing changed, but you're obviously not going to be released so long as that other hold is keeping you in jail. Okay. Thank you.
Butler. You. Back up there, have a seat. And open the door.
Nice.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Ryland Thomas Butler,
And what's your date of birth?
9/18/2003.
Mr. Butler, you're being seen here this morning based on 2 charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and assault allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just gonna take a look here. The alleged victim, Miss Anthony, do you live with her?
No.
If I release you from custody, can you promise me you will not have any contact with her?
Yes, sir.
Also, if I release you, will you promise me you'll appear at the city, Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson on February 17th at 1:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Then I will release you on promise that you'll appear and that you'll abide by the following conditions. That you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that again, you will have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Miss Anthony, to include going to wherever she works or lives. You'll be seeing Judge Millian on the 17th. If for whatever reason you don't think you'll be able to attend that hearing, you need to contact the court beforehand in order to have your case potentially rescheduled. Otherwise, you need to appear at that hearing. Otherwise, you could end up with another warrant back in custody. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. Good luck.
Elliot,
Yes.
I can see right here, sir.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name's Daniel Elliott. 1975.
Mr. Elliott. Being seen this morning based on a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Don't appear you're being held on anything else, so I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf of these charges. Advise you are presumed innocent, and you have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where again you are presumed innocent, and you have the right, and the state bears the burden of proving otherwise. I'm going to schedule a hearing for you for February the 6th at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Hale at the Tucson City Court. Do you know where that is, sir?
No, sir, I don't. I know how to get there on the
All right.
street.
Well, it's at East Alameda Street in downtown Tucson. Do you think you'll be able to find that if I gave you the address?
Yes, I'll find to the best I can with the address, yes.
Okay. Well, the address for the court's location and the courtroom will be on the paperwork you'll receive. If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at that courthouse on February the 6th at 9:30?
I'll do the best I can. I can't promise you anything. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know.
Well, that's not the way it works. So you're either going to promise you'll appear, or I have to consider holding you on a bond to ensure that you will be present in front of Judge Hale so that you can answer for the charges and this case can proceed on.
That's how I promise I'll make it.
All right, sir. Then I'm going to release you on a promise. I'm just going to order that you not go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. If for whatever reason you feel that you will not be able to make your hearing, for whatever reason, you need to contact the city court clerk's office before the hearing date, advise them of the reason, and ask for the matter to be rescheduled. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up in custody again. You understand?
That's fine. Yes.
Well, then, sir, that's all I have for you. Thank you. Morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Michael Glasgow, February 1992.
I'm Mr. Glasgow.
Yes, sir.
Being seen here today based on a few different matters involving charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, assault, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia.
Sir.
There's a warrant issued for your so I just need to take a look here at your file. All right, just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Yes, sir.
Seems like kind of a recurring matter. See record of multiple warrants that were issued and multiple times you were arrested for them.
Yeah, just regain stable housing.
Well, sir, I don't want to have this merry-go-round keep going on for you, so I'm going to hold you on a bond and give you some additional resources to include the city public defender's office representing you. That bond would be $500. Cash is secured. I'm gonna schedule a video review hearing for you for January 20th at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Maldonado hearing. So you may be seen by her in the same way you're appearing in front of me this morning. If you do post a bond, you need to appear at the courthouse. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and if you a bond, if you do post a bond, it could be forfeited, so you lose that money. Again, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. So hopefully you guys can complete this matter and end this, 4 or 5 years now at this point. So again, I am holding you on the bond. There will be additional conditions of release if bond is posted to include no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. Again, if you do post a bond, you do appear at the court on the 20th. Otherwise, you'll be seen by Judge Maldonado at 1:45 in the afternoon on that day. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So you're excused.
Donald.
Good evening. Sorry, good morning. Excuse me. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Mr. McDonald, January 8th, 1998.
Ms. Pinal, good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on misdemeanor charges of domestic violence assault, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. All right. I'm just going to take a look here at the pretrial services report so I can make sure I'm understanding your case. All right, just give me 1 minute. All right. The alleged victim, Mr. Ornelas, do you live with him?
No, sir. I live in Benson, Arizona.
All right, given that.
Yeah.
If I release you for custody, can you be able to appear at the Tucson City Court on February the 5th at 9 a.m.?
I sure can, Your Honor.
All right. Then I don't see any other holds for you. I do see you do have another case pending. That one's not in front of me today, but as I said, I'm going to set that hearing for February the 5th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Wendy Million, who the other case is assigned to.
Yes, sir.
It'll be an arraignment. I'll release you on promise you'll appear at that hearing. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, possess any firearms or weapons, and that you not have any contact of any kind with Mr. Ornelas, to include going to wherever he works or lives. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's all I have. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend those hearings, and good luck.
Thank you.
Pinales.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor. This is the Spanish speaker. Can the Spanish speaker be excused?
Yes, I excused you earlier in the hearing. I apologize if you didn't hear me, but yes, you are excused.
I do apologize. I did not hear. Thank you, Your Honor. Interpreter disconnect.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Robert Angel Pinales Jr.,
And your date of birth?
4/15/93.
Mr. Mouse, good morning. This time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges and set this matter for a hearing in front of Judge Cranshaw at the City Court on February 13th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, Mr. Pinales does also have a Superior Court hold.
I know. Thank you. Like I said, sir, I am appointing you counsel based on the fact that you have a separate matter going on. That's not in front of me this morning, just the City Court matter. So on that matter, again, I'm setting the hearing for you on the 13th. Entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. And finally, I'll advise that you are presumed innocent and you have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. And you have the right, excuse me. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, a warrant could issue for your arrest, new charges could be filed against you, and the hearing could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, then you could lose the right to appeal any conviction. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm not holding you on this matter, but given the fact that you are being held on the separate felony, you're not going to be released. If you are released, you need to make sure and attend that hearing on the 5th, or I'm sorry, on the 13th. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Good.
All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Rodriguez.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. Samantha Yamilet Rodriguez Cruz.
And your date of birth, please?
October 27, 1999.
Thank you, ma'am. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on charges of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. All these cases are in the city court. I believe you have a separate matter going on in the Superior Court, which is not in front of me today. So all I'm going to do here today is, again, advise you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to set this case for a hearing in front of Judge Verena on February 13th at 9 a.m. at the City Court. It'll be a non-transport review hearing, so your attorneys may waive your presence or ask for you to be seen either by video, or if you are released, you'll need to appear at that hearing on the 13th. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Additionally, if you are released, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim. I'm also vacating a previous set hearing for you that was scheduled for the 13th. That way you're not going to be dinged for that. All right, ma'am, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Tori C. My birthday is 7/29/1995.
Ms. C, good morning. It's time set for your initial appearance. Being seen here today on a single charge, child abuse allegedly occurring on or about the 6th of this month. I just remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I reviewed the the interim complaint and the pretrial services report, state's recommendation. I don't note any other holds from Ms. Seed. She was a 1 and a 1 on the NCA and FDA scales, did have employment and housing verified, and no criminal history. State's recommendation was pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, just considering her employment and the age of the children, I'm just wondering if there will be additional conditions that the court can impose based on the age of the victim and her employment.
Yes, I'm going to consider additional. I do see that you did request a no contact order and no return to the residence, and I am taking those into consideration. But anything else beyond that?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense?
Your Honor, may I have 1 moment to speak with Ms. C?
You may.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. C has no criminal history, no failures to appear. As the court has mentioned, there is confirmed housing and confirmed employment. So given that, I would ask for a release to pretrial services.
And you see, just to confirm with you, you have residence apart from the alleged victim, is that correct?
And I guess that they took my children at the moment, so I would be going home alone.
Well, just confirm that because I am going to release you, or I'm going to consider releasing you. However, I am going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to wherever they work or live. So for the time being, I don't know where their current whereabouts are, where their housing is, but it has to be apart from you. Okay? You can't have any contact with them until told otherwise. Do you understand that?
I do have a question.
Why don't you talk with your attorney first, okay?
Your Honor, Missy has property left at this school, where she was arrested. She would just like, in order to be able to return, perhaps with the police escort, to retrieve her property.
Sorry, the property at the school?
She was arrested at the
Yes.
school. I wasn't sure if that was in one of the conditions of release, that she was not able to return to the incident location.
No, I'm not ordering that she not return to the scene of the incident location, simply to wherever the alleged victim is either residing, working, or going to school.
I'm sure. Thank you, Judge.
All right. See, I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services in order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct for you. So basically, if somebody from pretrial services calls you and tells you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with that order. You understand?
Yes.
Like I said, I am ordering that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to wherever they work, reside, or attend school. I'll set a preliminary hearing date for January the 30th at 1 p.m. at the Green Valley Justice Court. The address will be in the order from today's hearing. So, ma'am, you're going to be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services first thing Monday morning, and your attorneys, and stay in contact with both pending the next hearing date, okay?
I have one more question. May I consult with my
Go right
attorney?
ahead.
The guy in 45.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Danielle May Clark, June 3rd, 1974. And good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Ms. Clark. You're being seen here today based on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of a narcotic drug, and criminal damage allegedly occurring yesterday. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report. Just need to confirm, I do see notation. Jail, can you confirm Ms. Clark has a DOC hold?
He does not.
Okay. And that must have been an error.
It was.
Okay, no problem. All right, Ms. Clark, reviewed your pretrial service report. You were a 4 and a 3 on the NCA and FDA scales, didn't have any other hold or status. Did have employment and housing confirmed with a third party. And I do see a notation of 1 prior felony conviction from 2001. It's about 25 years ago. The state's recommendation was $30,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would know there is a concern of ongoing threat to the community as the defendant was involved in a 3-vehicle collision. And at the scene, Your Honor, she attempted to flee. So she is also a flight risk, and also including the quantities of the drugs involved in this case.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Clark had no recent failures to appear. She has been a long time Tucson resident for 36 years. She does have confirmed housing and employment, and her partner indicated that he'd be willing to assume third-party custody of Ms. Clark. And as noted, her last felony conviction is from 2001, which is quite some time ago. And so given that, I would ask for release of pretrial services.
Given the fact, as alleged, I do have concern that there may be a flight risk here. So I am going to impose a $7,500 cash secured bond. I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted, and I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for January 20th at 1:30. Additional conditions will apply, to include no contact with any alleged victim, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and submitting to all monitoring and treatment as directed. All right, ma'am, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All the out down there. Yeah, out there for the funerals.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
A page called the Chavez 2/18/2004.
Ms. Cota Chavez, you're being seen here this morning based on a single charge of aggravated DUI or DUI while driving on a suspended license. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
All right. I reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report, and state's recommendation. Don't appear to be any other holds or matters for Ms. Cota Chavez. She was a 2 and a 1 on the NCA and FDA scales. Did have employment and housing verified. And doesn't appear to have any felony or misdemeanor criminal history that was at least noted by pretrial services. State's recommendation was for $7,500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, it's difficult, as I don't know how Ms. Cota can understand that she cannot be driving while under the influence, as she did had another matter. She was arrested, and the restriction or the suspension of her license started on June of this past year. Now she's before the court again now it's not a misdemeanor, but it's actually an aggravated DUI.
Okay. Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. As noted, Ms. Kota has no criminal history whatsoever, no misdemeanors or felonies. She's a lifelong Tucson resident. She did have confirmed housing and employment. And her mother indicated that she'd be willing to assume third-party custody of Ms. Kota. And so given that, I would ask for release to child services.
Thank you. And Mr. Chavez, I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you participate in any monitoring treatment that they direct for you. So basically, if the pretrial service folks call you, you need to do whatever they tell you to do or go wherever they tell you to go. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to order that you not drive without a valid license. So you are not to operate a vehicle without a valid license, and given the circumstances, that means you're going to be looking for alternate means of transportation. I'm going to order or set your preliminary hearing date for January 30th at 1:30 p.m. at the Pima County Justice Court. So you'll be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services Monday morning, as well as your attorney. Stay in contact with both, and above all else, do not miss any hearings in your case. Okay?
Okay,
All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
thank you.
Griffin?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Edward Griffin, 297.
Griffin, good morning. Being seen here today based on charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring on, yesterday. You also have separate matters in the city court involving warrants issued for your arrest, approximately 8, involving criminal trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting, and possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of fraud. To remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, the state's recommendation. Pretrial services didn't note any other holds or matters other than what I've already mentioned. Mr. Griffin was rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCA and FDA scales. He was deemed steps diversion eligible. Housing and employment couldn't be verified through a third party. I did note that there were 3 prior felony convictions, all 2 of them drug related from 2022, with the most recent one from 2023 that ended with an unsuccessful termination from probation in March of last year. And multiple failures to appear in probation violations noted. State's recommendation was $1,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Oh, and a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor, given that Mr. Griffin is steps eligible and he is a longtime Tucson resident, these are also non-violent allegations. I would just ask for release of pretrial services.
Well, I do have, based on all the information of potential flight risk and risk of new criminal activity. So I'm going to impose a $1,000 cash secured bond. I will schedule a steps court hearing for January 20th at 9 a.m. so that hopefully this matter can be disposed of alternatively. But just in case that doesn't end successfully, the preliminary hearing will be scheduled for the same day at 1:30. I'm going to order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. And on the city court matters, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, Mr. Griffin, and schedule a video review hearing for you. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not a video review hearing. It's a non-transport review hearing. And that'll be on February 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. I'm not going to hold you on this matter since I'm already holding you on the felony. But the same conditions will apply. You will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You will not return to any incident location or have any contact with any alleged victim. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Courts.
One minute, please.
Courtroom. Back over there. He's back over there. But you don't move.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Alman Jesus Lois Valenzuela,
And date of birth?
21396.
Thanks, sir. Good morning. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Clayton Cam of the Pima County Superior Court related to charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring in October of last year. You also have a separate city court matter related to warrants issued for your arrest on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, obstruction of justice, resisting arrest, and shoplifting. I just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? Okay. All right. Took a look at the warrant, as well as pretrial services workup. There was no additional matters other than what I mentioned or holds. Mr. Lopez Valenzuela, excuse me, was rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCAA and FTA scales. Pretrial services did note there was a notice of supervening indictment that was mailed out in December of last year. To appear at a hearing on December 18th of last year. This continued to the 2nd, where there was again another failure. Pretrial services was ordered to supervise him after the initial arrest, and there was no contact made with them in the intervening period. Housing and employment were, I'm sorry, there was a third party reached for verification of housing status and employment status. Do you see record of seven prior felony convictions dating 2013 to 2023, which did include a history of failing to appear and/or probation violations. State's recommendation was to honor the bond amount of the warrant, $1,100 with pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
So, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense, you need a minute with your client?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Lortz has spent 13 years in Tucson. These are non-violent drug possession related allegations. So given that.
Stay in my system.
One minute, Your Honor.
Go right ahead.
So given that, I would ask the court to consider releasing Mr. Lortz to pretrial services. However, if the court is not inclined, then a nominal bond of $100.
I'm gonna honor Judge Cam's request and impose the $1,100 bond. And that'll be cash or secured. I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. And set the arraignment date for January 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
What was that date? I missed it.
January 16th. So next week. On the city court matter, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent Mr. Ortiz Valenzuela. I will notify them of the felony hold and set a hearing for February 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. I'm not going to hold Mr. Ortiz Valenzuela on this on the city court matters since I'm already holding on the felony. I will order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, have no contact with any alleged victim, or return to wherever any of the incidents allegedly occurred. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Also,
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Randall James Falsgrove, 9/23.
All right, Mr. Paulsgrove, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. Being seen here today based on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of misbranded prescription drugs. You also have a separate city court matter involving several charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and soliciting, as well as failing to appear. Just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint, excuse me, the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. All right, I reviewed the interim complaint, did find there to be probable cause. Pretrial services report didn't note any other statuses or holds. Ms. Paulsgrove was rated a 4 and a 5 on the NCA and FDA scales and was deemed steps diversion eligible. Didn't have any felony criminal history to report. State's recommendation was for $1,000 bond plus a steps court evaluation, pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
You know, just to make sure I'm looking at the right recommendation, this is Mr. Paulsgrove.
Yes.
I do see a couple of, I guess those are the ones that judge noted. The city courts, that's the main concern, that he does have a significant FTA history, the basis for the recommendation.
Okay. Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. These are nonviolent drug-related allegations. He is steps eligible, and Mr. Paulsgrove has no prior felony convictions. So given that, I would ask for release of pretrial services.
Is your client interested in being screened for the STEP program?
Yeah. Yeah.
Either. Said yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, so then I will give you a chance to resolve this matter on pretrial services release. I'll schedule a steps court evaluation for, January the 20th at 9 a.m. Dispense waiving time on the preliminary hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary hearing date will be scheduled for February 24th at 1:30. I'll order Mr. Paulsgrove be under the supervision of pretrial services and submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed, and that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. On the city court matters, I'm going to set a hearing for February the 5th at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw. This be a pretrial hearing. Same conditions will apply. Not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and not to return to wherever any of the incidents allegedly occurred. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jolie Pilgrim, 63078.
Thank you, Ms. Pilgrim. Being seen here this morning based on charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring earlier today. I just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. All right. Review the interim complaint, state's recommendation, the pretrial services report, and do note that Mr. Pilgrim is being held on a superior court. There is a FDA warrant out of Maricopa County, separate matter out of Pima County. He's being held on those matters. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCA and FDA scales. Was deemed steps diversion eligible, and there was a lengthy criminal history dating back to 2000, with the most recent case occurring in 2019. I'm sorry. So the most recent adjudicated case was in 2006. However, there does seem to be four out-of-state cases pending with warrants issued. Those are not before me, so I don't know if they are extraditable. And the two in-state that I just mentioned. State's recommendation was for $3,000 bond in lieu of a no bond. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Pilgrim does have superior court hold for hearing. So I would ask for a nominal bond so to get for time credit purposes.
Thank you. I will impose a $3,000 bond, cash secured. Order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm sorry, was your client interested in being screened for the steps court program?
Yes.
I'll set a steps court evaluation for January 20th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing date will be the same day at 1:30 p.m. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Hold on, hold on.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tyron Ross, April 11, 1996.
All right. Mr. Ross is being seen here today based on a felony complaint alleging possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I also have a city court matter involving a charge of obstruction of justice. The felony matters allegedly occurred yesterday. Remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. I reviewed the interim complaint. I did note, I just wanted to note for the record that there was a discrepancy, or at least a note that of another name given, Jalen. I confirmed with the officer who presented the complaint that this was a separate name that was given by Mr. Ross at initial contact. There was not another person present at the time of his arrest. It was simply another name given by him. With that, I do note that Mr. Ross is being held by adult probation and does have some out-of-county matters also pending. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCAA and FTA scales. And does have at least 2 adjudicated felonies from 2015 and 2 more pending, both in Maricopa County, where warrants were issued. The state's recommendation was a $2,000 bond in lieu of a no bond, plus pretrial services, supervision, and a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense?
Your Honor, may I speak to Mr. Ross very briefly?
You may.
Your Honor, given that Mr. Ross has a probation hold, I would just ask for a nominal bond for him.
I will order a $2,000 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm sorry, defense, is your client interested in being screened for the steps court program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll schedule a steps court evaluation for January 20th, 9 a.m. And the preliminary hearing date will be the same day at 1:30 p.m. And we'll note the holds in Maricopa County and for adult probation. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a non-transport review hearing for February 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. And I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you, Mr. Ross. So they should hopefully be reaching out to help you resolve this matter. I'm not going to hold you on the city court matter since you're already being held on some of the other things. And lastly, on your out-of-county warrant from Maricopa, I'm going to honor the bond requested $500. There'll be cash or secured. And I'm going to set a review hearing for you on February the 10th at 9 a.m. It's just a placeholder in case you are still in our custody. We will let Maricopa County know so that they can transport you if up to Phoenix to answer for these matters. But otherwise, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Just let me see right there.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lisette Marie Reese, 10/17/78.
Thank you, Ms. Reese. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here on charges of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring yesterday. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm sorry, you also have a city court matter involving a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and a warrant that was issued in that matter. Again, you have the right to remain silent. I am appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions, please continue to speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
Did review the interim complaint, pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. There's a note of a separate pending Superior Court matter in Yuma County, CR 2021-00607. Ms. Reeves was rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCA and FTA scales, was deemed steps diversion eligible. Did have housing and employment status verified through a third party. And you see note of three prior felony adjudicated convictions from 2014 through 2020, and then the pending matter in Yuma where looks to be it was an arrest back in 2021 and Ms. Reeves was released to pretrial services supervision.
And
All right, state's recommendation was for $2,000 bonds and pretrial services, supervision, and a steps court evaluation, all in lieu of a no bond. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thanks. Defense?
Ms. Reese for one moment.
Go right ahead.
and that was the reason why they voted yesterday.
Your Honor, Ms. Ruiz's new charges are steps eligible. She is a lifelong resident of Arizona. She is employed and that was confirmed by her mother. And these are nonviolent allegations. And Ms. Ruiz also indicates to me that she has medical conditions that would be best addressed out of custody. And so that for those reasons, I would ask for release to pretrial services.
Thank you. And given the nature of this being on release in another pending felony, I'm going to honor the state's request, $2,000 bond, cash secured in lieu of no bond. I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted, and set the steps court evaluation for January 20th at 9 a.m. and the preliminary hearing for 1:30 p.m. on the same day. On the city court matter, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent Ms. Ruiz. I'll advise them of the felony hold and set a non-transport preliminary review on February 13th at 9 a.m. Thank you very much, ma'am. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Yeah, they have.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ricardo Torres Sanchez, 31086.
Mr. Sanchez, good morning. You're being seen here today based on two different matters. The first is a felony interim complaint alleging resisting arrest occurring on or about January 9th.
I apologize, Your Honor.
And the second is a complaint alleging obstruction of a thoroughfare and disorderly conduct from the same day. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. On a felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. All right? All right. I reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report. I don't note any other statuses or holds for Mr. Torres Sanchez. He was rated a 4 and a 2 on the NCAA and FDA scales. And unfortunately, he couldn't be interviewed by pretrial services, and a third-party reference couldn't be reached on comment to his housing or employment. I do see that there were 3 prior felony convictions from 2019 and 2022, ending the latter ending in February of last year. The state's recommendation was $7,000 bondless pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. These are nonviolent allegations designated by pretrial services. And Mr. Torres Sanchez has no failures to appear in his history. And so given that, I would ask for release to pretrial services.
And Mr. Sanchez, I will give you an opportunity to resolve this matter without the need of being in custody. So I'm going to release you to pretrial services supervision. I'm going to order you to participate in any monitoring or treatment that they direct. So if they give you a call and tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to answer, you need to follow along. Do you understand?
I sure do. Yes, yes.
Right. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you for January the 30th at 1 p.m. at the Green Valley Justice Court in Green Valley. And on your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to schedule a hearing for you on February the 15th at 8:30 in the Green Valley Justice Court. It'll be the same place as the preliminary hearing. I'm not going to hold you on that matter. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Hector,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think they matched, but just want to confirm.
yeah, he's in a, but I don't know.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Hector Ebenezer Centeno Senior,
Your date of-
05/17/1978.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Being seen here today based on a charge of trespass in the first degree, allegedly occurring yesterday. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and state's recommendation. There was a note of a warrant, but I don't believe that Mr. Zenteno is being held on that, and it's not in the information in front of me. He was rated a 5 on 5 on the NCA and FTA scales. Housing, well, his home housing status and employment were verified through a third party. Possible housing was not. There's no notice of want. Twelve prior felony convictions dating from 1999 through 2015, the latter of which was adjudicated in in June of 2024. State's recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the facts are rather disturbing and concerning as to, I think the defendant posed a continued risk to the victim as this is not the first encounter. In addition, when contact was made, the defendant was in display or holding a knife when the victim made contact with the defendant. So based on the nature of the offense, Your Honor, also acknowledging his criminal history, which are rather violent in nature, on that nature.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Centeno has been in Tucson for 12 years. He is employed full-time. And this is a low-level, these are low-level allegations that were designated non-violent by pretrial services. So given that, I would ask for release of pretrial services.
Thank you. I do think that there is a potential risk to the alleged victim based on the alleged fact to include a prior potential contact between the two. So for that reason, I am going to impose a $5,000 secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for January 20th at 1:30 in the afternoon. If bond is posted, pretrial services supervision and monitoring will be ordered. I'm going to order Mrs. Centeno not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not possess any firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms to law enforcement, and have absolutely no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused. And we're getting Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth? Aho, we may have a little bit of trouble. I can't hear the defendant. Do we have a? We have turn the microphone on for him. Can you hear me? Can you try oh yeah, I'm gonna give jail staff a minute to try to.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, I can hear you now. All right. All right, good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Nolan Ryan Manuel, 11/21/84.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Manuel. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Douglas Metcalf of the Pima County Superior Court relating to charges of theft of means of transportation, burglary in the third degree, possession of narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Allegedly, all allegedly occurred in October of last year. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is an attorney representing you for the purposes of this hearing at a separate location. If you need to speak with her privately, please let me know, and we will try to facilitate that private conversation. I reviewed the warrant in this matter as well as the pretrial services report. I believe Mr. Manuel is being held in the Ajo detention facility on 2 separate matters. He was rated 5 and 5 on the NCAA and FTA scales. This warrant does appear to refer to a refiled matter. The charges were initially dismissed in October of last year and refiled just a few days ago, the warrant being issued the same day. Do you see there being 2 prior felony convictions from 2022 and 2024? Only one of which has a history of probation violations. Amount listed on the warrant was $150 secured. The state's recommendation was $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may provide the court and defense a little more facts as to this matter, just review the file and what it looks like. The state's concern and the reason why I elevated the bond recommendation compared to the warrant, it's based on the history, but also the facts of the case, Your Honor. I do understand it was a refile. Nonetheless, this is a co-defendant. There was a conspiracy ongoing. The vehicle was taken from the victim's residence. Nonetheless, at this point, the state does have information from the victim representative that nobody had permission to take the vehicles from the residence. And I do note he does have that pattern of that history. The last dated to 2025. That would be the basis of the recommendation, nature of the offense, Your Honor, and the facts.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Given that Mr. Manuel is already serving a jail term, and will not be able to be released, and these are non-violent allegations. This was a dismissed and refiled case. I would ask for a $150 bond.
Thank you. I will order $1,000 cash secured bond for time credit purposes, given he's already being held on a separate matter. I will set the arraignment for January 16th at 1:30. I will note in the in my order. Mr. Manuel, do you have an expected release date from the Ajo jail?
Yes, I do. It's May 4th.
All right, sir. Well, your next court date in this matter will obviously occur before then. That'll be just next week for your arraignment. You should hopefully be hearing from the Pima County Public Defender's Office. I will note for the next judge hearing your matter that you are serving a jail term in Ajo, just so they can be aware of it. For now, that's all I have for you. So we can go ahead and disconnect, and thank you very much.